This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 2: The Sith Lords. In the last episode, we found our way to the north of Telos in the, ice caps away to this hidden temple. However, we were attacked by three of the HK50s. Yeah, I had to think for a second what the name was. We were able to beat them quite easily. Well, when you replay the game off screen, you find out how easy it was to actually beat them, and you wonder why you even got killed the first time, other than just everyone got crits on Atten or Kreia without you realizing it. But anyway, after beating them, we scuttled them and went inside the temple to find an old enemy in Atris. Apparently, one of the council people who had exiled me in the first place and stripped me of what I was. But now we're back, and she's got my lightsaber, and she's like waving in front of me going, "You want it, huh?" And as soon as I grab it, she goes, Anyway, we had a debate about politics, and she got angry, but we're putting that on hold for now as we tell her why we're here in the first place. Oh yeah, we go back to the original conversation. I'm looking for my ship so I can leave Telos.
Your ship? Ah, the Ebon Hawk. It is not your ship. Unless you are admitting to the destruction of the Paragus mining facility.
I admit nothing. My handprints weren't there. We didn't do anything. They shot on it. They exploded. Ah! I mean, never heard of it. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Destruction of progress was an accident. Progress destruction was necessary. We didn't purposely. I think the dark version of that is purposely destroying it, because you can tell Atten to go ahead and shoot it, because knowing that I'll do that. But I mean, I chose not to. But anyway, lie, progress. I've never heard of it. I admit nothing. Look, do you have my ship or not? Are you meant to stealing the Ebon Hawk? Are Jedi thieves? But anyway, the destruction of progress was an accident.
An accident. Something beyond your control. You have not changed. Acting instead of thinking. Putting yourself before the galaxy, before the Jedi. Do you know what you have done?
Well, I don't know. I was chased by Sith and whatever not. It's not like they're the ones who shot at me. I mean, what do you expect me to do? Just teleport? We're Jedi. We're not that OP. Almost. I mean, we're pretty OP, but why don't you tell me? Yeah, I destroyed two worlds with one explosion. I know it put Telos in jeopardy, but I have no choice. Yes, Telos is doomed, and I could care less. I always love the evil or not non-committal responses. You're like, whatever. Progress is nothing compared to what I'll do if you give me back my ship. I always like the fact that you can always go and be aggressive whenever you want in this game. They never do like at least the old games never went to, oh, if you do so many choices, you stop doing that because your personality is stuck like that. Although it does make me seem, if I switched back and forth, it made me seem like a bipolar or something like that. Not like Fallout 4's conversation system, which is just 4 choices and that's it. I mean, I like that game, but it really reduced like how you could really set up your main character. Anyway, yeah, let's play ignorant. Why don't you tell me, as we're being very passive aggressive?
Without the fuel from Paragus, Citadel Station cannot maintain its orbit. It will crash into the planet, and its destruction will echo across 20 other worlds.
Oh, well, that sucks. I mean, what do you mean? Or 20 worlds with an explosion? Even better. Why is Telos so important? So what? Progress was nothing. Okay, I've had enough of this. What do you mean?
Telos was a test to see if the Republic could mount a restoration effort on the Outer Rim. When it fails, the Republic will not finance another. The other Rim worlds, devastated by the Sith, will remain graveyard worlds, devoid of life. And that is the magnitude of your crime.
You're trying to pin all this on me from that little thing, even though it's clearly an accident and all that. But, yeah, the Outer Rim did have it pretty rough. They got attacked by Mandalorians and then by the Sith, Well, I mean, it's like the Wild West there. At least from what I understand, the lore, the Outer Rim is basically like the Wild West, where it's just like, to each his own and all that. But you know me, and no, I would not have intentionally committed such an act. It was not my intention to harm other worlds. The Sith attacked me in Paragus. The battle destroyed the colony. Yeah, we could be just, like, given excuses, which, I mean, they're real excuses, but... So now I get blamed for the actions of the Sith. My crime, the Sith destroyed Paragus, not me. I want you to put me on trial. Paragus, nothing. Okay, and then she does that. Do we want to be Jedi-like, or do we want to be very... Yeah, we'll be Jedi-like. You know me, and no, I would not intentionally commit such an act.
I have not known you since you left to serve Revan in the Mandalorian Wars. The only question that remains is how far you have fallen. How is it that you are not content to confine your ruin to yourself? You must spread it to others wherever you go. Ruin yourself with your actions if you will, but when your actions bring harm to others, then you must answer for it.
Oh, like with money? Or favors? Sexy favors? I mean, so now I can get blamed for the actions of the Sith. My crime, the Sith destroyed progress, not me, and will you put me in trial? So now I get blamed for the actions of the Sith?
The Sith? What do you mean?
Wait, you didn't know they existed? Well, yeah, you do. I mean, it's not like Revan destroyed all of them. Let's see, the Sith have returned. They are hunting all Jedi. You'll find out when their hand is at your throat. The Sith came for progress to kill me. The Sith have returned, and they are hunting all Jedi.
You speak truly. You have encountered the Sith. I can feel the scars on you. Tell me, where did you encounter them?
It's kind of weird, although I don't think the game is intentionally doing this. I think it might be the emulation, but it's kind of odd that the only thing we're hearing is the lightsaber and no background noise. There's probably supposed to be some slight background noise, but you know how it is with this emulation program. It's not perfect. Anyway, the Sith came for me in progress to kill me. If you seized my ship, you know I was at Paragus, and so were they. I counted them on Paragus. If you seized my ship, you know I was at Paragus, and so were they.
Paragus? What would they want there? They can't have been looking for you.
Oh, yes, they are. I am. The world does revolve around me. The Sith believe me to be the last Jedi. They intend to exterminate all Jedi everywhere. You know, perhaps they... I don't know, perhaps they were. I was the only Jedi they could find. They didn't realize I'd left the Jedi behind. The fools thought me a Jedi. Since you were hiding, they came after a real Jedi. So much passive aggressiveness. I love it. That's probably my favorite way of being angry, too. The Sith believed me to be the last Jedi.
You? If they thought you were Jedi, the teachings of the Sith blind them indeed. I am the last Jedi, not you. You betrayed our teachings, our beliefs, the very core of the Jedi Order. If these Sith attacked you, they will soon realize their mistake. And if you escaped, they most likely let you go to see if you would lead them here.
Uh-oh. Well, you're screwed then. But goes another idea. What is a Jedi? Is it a actual way of life? Is it an actual organization, a monastic order like the originally intended? Or is it a state of mind? I believe it's a monastic order. So you could still have a force and not be a Jedi. And it's the same with the Sith. I do not think I was followed. If so, then I offer you my help. You'll need it. There must be other Jedi. Were there any survivors of the Jedi Civil War? They're stronger than you think. At least one Sith Lord stands with them, and they fight differently than the Sith from the Jedi Civil War. I just want my ship back. We'll do that one. They're stronger than you think. At least one Sith Lord stands with them. They fight differently than the Sith from the Jedi Civil War.
Whatever force they can bring to bear, it will matter not. If they face a true Jedi, they shall fall.
I think evil will win in this case, because good is dumb. Your grasp of tactics is questionable. How can I help? Are there any Jedi we can ask for help? Are there any survivors? I want my ship back. Your grasp of tactics is questionable.
We shall see. For now, the perspective on your situation has changed. I have your ship. I will return it to you. You must leave here before you place us in jeopardy.
Probably too late now, I bet. Wait, is there anything I can do to help? Network I can find my companions. No arguments here. Fine, I'll be on my way. Let's try to bury the hatchet. Wait, is there anything I can do to help?
You offer your aid after turning your back on me, on the Council. The Jedi is not something you embrace out of fear. The commitment is stronger than that, something you never seem to understand.
Well, you know, I was 17 and I was really into Revan, and persuade, but I always understood war, and that's who you need. The Sith have numbers on the side. You'll need all the allies you can get, Jedi or not. I'm not doing this out of fear. I want to help. You can't do this alone. I offer my assistance. If you think I act out of fear, then obviously you never understood me. I offer my help and you insult me. Forget it then. The difference of the persuade choices is your mentality, and also I think different DCs in the background, if I remember correctly. Probably doing this the fear. Let's see. You could do logical, or you could do offer general assistance. Let's do the allies one. The Sith have numbers on their side. You'll need all the allies you can get, Jedi or not.
Perhaps. But if you help me, it cannot be done from here. There are others in the galaxy who may help us against a Sith threat. If you can find them, gain their trust, perhaps our defenses shall be stronger for it. Take your ship, seek them out. If you find them, encourage them to gather on Dantooine. From there, we can call a council and see what can be done.
Ooh, instead of looking for star maps, we're looking for allies this time. Except, I guess, can people be MacGuffins? Although I guess the star map technically wasn't MacGuffin. Because that means it doesn't. You find it, but it doesn't actually do anything in the long run of things. But anyway, I just like mentioning MacGuffins. Anyway, I'll see what I can do. Is there anyone who can aid us? I'll find them. I'll go where if I can assemble them on Dantooine, where I can find my companions, no arguments here. If there's anyone who can aid us, I will find them.
Then
I will find you.
Away. It is now time for you to depart.
We shall remove her, mistress.
Hey, a bevy of beauties taking me to the
Come
exit.
with us.
Oh, you sound a little different from the others. Why are you looking at me like that? Nah, it's probably nothing. Or she's into other ladies.
Are you all right, mistress?
The exile reminded me of something I had forgotten.
Forgive me, mistress, but I must ask. The exile. I have never seen another affect you so strongly. Was she important to you once?
We all have our heroes, and when we watch them fall, we die inside. She made a choice once, and I did not. The day we judged her, I stood in the chamber, and she was so right. She was so certain of it. I doubted myself. But not now. She will never make me doubt myself again. But now I am tired. I must meditate.
Of course, mistress. I will tell the others you are not to be disturbed. And please, do not exhaust yourself. We can attend to matters here.
Well, looks like our conversation with Atris is at the end, and we decide to help her. We get light side points for deciding to help her in her endeavor, not being extremely cruel about that. And we're by ourselves for now. We must find our companions, and Atris will not be disturbed. I think the reason the lightsaber was making noises that the whole conversation is because when I was getting back to this point, because I had to take a break for recording and then come back to a later date, and is it still making that noise? Yeah, you can kind of still hear it. Huh. I wonder if it'll let us go in. The door is cold to the touch, and there seems to be no conventional means of opening it. Ah, force magic can open that door. You can't see me on my shaking my head in that hole. Whatever. Yeah, it's but anyway, when I was going through the scenes quickly, I just pressed buttons to skip through it, and I think it stuck on a sound while I was doing that. So, all right. Well, anyway, let's talk to some of these ladies here and figure out what to do next. I'm thinking to myself, why do all these handmaids, as they're called, why do they all have the same white hair as Atris, and why do they all have anime hair? I mean, white hair is basically not on an old person. It's basically anime hair. I mean, for all intents and purposes.
Why have you approached me?
I don't know. I thought you looked cute, I guess. No, let's see. I have some questions for you. I'm looking for a fight. Let's just kill them all and be done with it. No, I have some questions for you. They have a hawk. Where is it? I'm searching for my friends.
You will find them in the main irrigation channel room, in the northern part of the plateau interior. The particle emitters there that once governed the flow of water to Telos can double as force cages.
Huh, that's interesting. I was trying to find my friends, but I could be like, can I fight for my friends? But so they are prisoners, and then shut them off and free them. I plan to set them free, so they are prisoners.
They were caged for their safety, until we could determine your intent, exile. Atris cautioned us against your tactics, fearing that your allies would create a distraction. Your companions gave us little trouble, however. The male could have presented some challenge if he had resisted, but he chose not to.
The male? Aden? The goofball? What? No offense, Aden, but I think you're mistaken. What about me? Who, Aden? No offense to Adam, I think you're mistaken.
You are the one who is mistaken. It requires you know what to look for. He has had some Echani training. He masks it well, but when you are in danger, his mask dropped into a stance we know well.
Echani, if I remember correctly, in the first game they kind of mentioned this a bit, but they're supposed to be extremely good martial artists as well as bounty hunters, similar to Mandalorians. They're not as well known in the lore, but at least in this game they explain it more. But yeah, they're supposed to be pretty deadly fighters, so that means Atton's had some training. Obviously, a cutscene earlier explained other things, but we don't know that as a character. Where would he have gotten this training?
I do not know. The Echani forms are known to be taught to military special forces throughout the galaxy. If the source is a mystery to you, perhaps you should ask him. It would be wise to know those you travel with.
Oh, I thought Atton wanted to leave as soon as we got to a decent place. Huh. I guess he stuck with us for a bit longer. Another comment like that, and you're asking him for a fight. Man, dark characters really want to punch someone. The Ebon Hawk, where is it?
Your ship is stored in the hangar. Atris has given you permission to leave this place, and permission to return if you remain in her service.
Oh, her service, huh? Oh, I'm so glad. I've had some other questions for you.
You may ask.
Man, you're being very helpful. And the lady's voice in this sounds very, very familiar, but I can't quite place it off the top of my nose. I probably heard her in cartoons and stuff like that before, I bet. But anyway, I had some questions about Atris.
The mistress? What of her?
Mistress, huh? Where is Atris? I want to speak to her again.
She's meditating, and she does not wish to be disturbed. Your presence here has troubled her, and I hope you do not choose to trouble her further.
Well, I'm just that important, aren't I? Well, I am an MC, so you know I'm always important. It's like a person in a comic book or a shonen anime. The world revolves around me, and people cannot live their lives without my influence. Anyway, what can you tell me about her?
She leads us. As she rebuilds Telos, she rebuilds the Order, and through them, the galaxy.
Really, the galaxy? I mean, a little grandiose plans you got there, ladies. How's she plan to do that?
We serve the Jedi. We do not question them.
Wait,
Yet,
you're not Jedi?
Atris has told us that the work here at Telos may pay for similar efforts in many worlds along the Rim that were destroyed when the Jedi turned on each other. She has said the Jedi Order needs such a foundation if it is to rebuild. She faults the teaching of many of the Jedi Masters as the spark of the Jedi Civil War. Atris has said that if Revan and Malak had been properly instructed in the ways of the Jedi, they never would have fallen, and nor would you, Exile.
I love being called Exile, not my actual name. It makes me feel not as important. But anyway, so you guys are being trained by Atris, but not actually Jedi, so do you even have Force powers? And was Atris considered proper training? Or high talk for Atris considered she never had a Padawan? Oh, huh. An interesting thing that our character know, but we don't at the time. I chose to go to war not because I was trained to do so. I did not fail. She knows nothing. Yeah, let's be snarky. High talk for Atris considering she never had a Padawan.
Atris has chosen instead to focus her efforts on galactic recovery. Once the galaxy breathes again, disciples will come.
Okay, so you're not being trained by her. You're just serving her without any benefits. Okay. Atris knows nothing. She will transmit her ignorance to anyone who follows her. She'll need help if she tries. She knows nothing about Jedi training. We're not being too mean, so that just means I'm a super dick if I choose the top one. So she'll need help if she tries. She knows nothing about Jedi training.
As much. She seems to know you quite well. Perhaps you are the one who knows nothing.
Would she have said the same thing if I chose the other one? Probably. Perhaps I should teach you a lesson.
I would welcome a chance to instruct you. I have been anxious to teach you many principles of combat ever since you invaded this place.
Teaching?
Oh yes. We train extensively in various combat styles, and we have not had another target for some time. You may prove a pleasant diversion.
Well, haven't fully maxed out my levels yet, so actually I'm still level 6. I haven't actually put my levels in yet, so this might be a challenge. I could use a good sparring match.
Very well. Follow me, and we shall see if you have the endurance to learn the most basic of our teachings.
We gotta get some combat in this game because it's gonna be a lot of. Well, oh, you put me on my skivvies.
Before
Hey,
we
ladies.
begin, are you familiar with Ichani traditions?
Wait, you taught by Johnny too? Anyway, why'd you put me on my skivvies? You all just wanted to see my glorious figure, didn't you? Well, Jedi get the benefit of being hot as well as being OP. Everyone wants to be a Jedi. No, no, what are they? Does this have anything to do with why you want me to disrobe? I'm guessing they involved me staying here freezing my jumpsuit. Yes, we're ready to fight, so am I. Let's do this. Does it have anything to do with why you want me to disrobe?
All duels between us shall be without armor of any kind. There shall be no restrictions upon our movements or upon yours. Your feet are not to leave the training mat during the battle. If they do, you will lose. Also,
Oh, I may actually lose
this
this.
is not a fight to the death. Restrain your instincts when we fight, and we shall do the same.
Because I think we use our melee hand-to-hand fighting, which I've got some of it, but since I'm not fully maxed out, my unarmed attack is not at its best, and I don't have the equipment for it, so we'll see what happens if I lose. I understand. Stay in the mat, no armor, no striking to kill.
The fight will be with hands and feet only. No stimulants, shields, weapons, or other items.
Well, now you're
Also,
making it boring.
do not call upon any Jedi techniques during our contest. If you do, then the battle will be over. In
That's the
turn,
only way you can win, isn't
I will
it?
not use our higher forms, for this is only an opening battle between us, a test of each other's strength.
You know, all these girls look exactly the same. It's not them being lazy and reusing the same models. Of course not. Yes, it is. Alright, anyway. Let's get ready. Let me get ready and I'll return. I did save it earlier, I think. So, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. If I lose, I lose.
Then let us begin.
I'm probably going to lose, though. Just because I haven't... I've been wanting to save my levels for when I get my my upgraded class. Okay. Oh no, we can't use just throw a grenade at her. She's like, all right, done, stop it. I'm like, oh. I'm not really gonna use flurry or anything like that because my levels aren't maxed out enough. I'm not gonna be able to really do anything. So we'll just have to punch her and see how well we actually do. She's probably gonna win. Like I said, it's a case of my since my levels aren't maxed out, or my AC is not as good as it could be, and all that. So, and I can't really do much of anything. We just kind of have to fight till. By the way, it is possible to beat her, so it's not like.
You have fallen.
Let me heal up, and I'll be ready to fight again.
Seek one of us out when you wish to fight, and we shall honor your request.
But anyway, it is possible to beat her. I'm just because of the way I'm waiting to level up till at a certain point. It's basically I'm gonna lose every time, you know. But oh well. Let's check around while we're limping all over the place because I don't have the heal I don't have the heal force ability up. So. Oh yeah, we still need to ask her a few more questions. Oh well, we'll do something a bit different than just talking the whole episode. Why not? At least give us a. And then save that for later. See, adrenal stems, advanced med pack. Let's see, man, they're leaving us all types of goodies all over the place. I'm stealing. Hey, Atris, I'm stealing your crap. She's still meditating with like a stress vein popping out of her head. She's like, exile. All right, anyway. Oh, we healed up just enough to where I can run, although my speed was about the same either way. And apparently the security on this is not very good if I'm getting through it, because I don't think I've maxed out my computer skill at all. I think it's at its bare minimum. And we still need to find our companions too, so... I think we can still come back here to train under them to fight, so we can come back at when I've gotten my advanced class unlocked, which... I think we still got a bit longer before that happens. I don't know why I'm waiting to do my advanced class later than sooner in this game. Because before, in the previous game, I just leveled up whatever. But now I'm trying to like min-max for some reason. Well, good thing all of you ladies are alike, so I can actually ask you basically similar questions. So let me ask you.
I would
Oops.
welcome a chance to instruct you.
No, not yet. Sorry, I didn't mean to choose that answer.
You may ask.
All right. Let's see. We asked about Atris. Let's ask her about this place.
This was once a mighty irrigation center for Telos. It survived the orbital bombardment of the Sith, though the inhabitants did not. Ancient irrigation channels still lie beneath the surface of Telos, waiting to be used again for the reconstruction efforts, controlled from this facility.
But why is Atris here?
Shortly before the destruction of Dantooine by the forces of the traitor Jedi Malak, Atris had many Jedi artifacts and knowledge transported here secretly.
Wait, you did that without telling anyone else? That ain't questionable. Why here? How did she know Dantooine would be destroyed? Artifacts. Yeah, how did she know? How did she know Dantooine would be destroyed?
The Jedi Council sensed it. Master Vrook, Master Vandar. But it was too late to do much except make arrangements for evacuation. It was a dark day for the Order. Many on Dantooine did not survive, Jedi or not. Atris would not speak for many days after the attack, and we feared our mistress was lost to us. In time, she regained her voice and her strength. She brought the artifacts and the teachings of the Jedi here and has kept them safe.
But why were the relics brought here?
Even the Sith prefer live prey to scavenging a corpse. She thought that a world already savaged by the Sith would not prove a target a second time. It was a place where the artifacts and the teachings of the Jedi could be kept safely if the Sith could not be turned aside.
Artifacts?
Yes, many relics from Dantooine, some which predate even the destruction of Ossus. She was not able to save all, but she saved enough. She was able to bring them here before the Academy's destruction. It was a fortunate thing. She was not able to save everything.
It's almost like you can't do everything and prepare for everything, like she's blaming us. Anyway, any lightsabers in the collection? Can we finally get a lightsaber game? No, we're gonna get one eventually. Just any lightsabers in the collection?
Viewing the relics is not allowed without Atris's permission.
Dang it. But I am a Jedi. No, if I get permission, will you allow it? Some good questions for you. Atris has allowed me to walk freely here. Surely that implies trust.
There is truth in what you say. Yet many such artifacts are sealed away in Atris's chambers. But if you wish to see a few of them, speak to the last of the Handmaidens. She has seen some of these objects and has an interest in such things.
Last of the Handmaidens? But there's multiple ones for you. What do you mean, the last one to join? Or yeah, exactly. Last of the Handmaidens?
Yes, she should be in the training chamber to the north and west of here. She constantly seeks to improve herself so that she may no longer be ranked last among us.
Oh, isn't that severely demoralizing to a person? Why is she ranked last?
Because she is easily distracted by matters that do not concern her or her duty. Such distractions weaken her, and she knows this.
So she wants her to, you want her to be basically lifeless and lawful neutral like you guys are. Distractions such as?
I will not speak of them. Ask her yourself, if it matters to you.
You know, the way this story tells us about the Jedi and the Force and everything like that kind of reminds me of some early Shin Megami Tensei games where you could either play like lawful, chaotic, or neutral. And they have an interesting way of telling like how they feel about those three ways of viewing life in their extreme. They talk about more of the extremes of it, but still.
You may ask.
Either one of the Shin Megami Tensei. I'm not talking about the Persona games. I'm talking about the original Shin Megami Tensei games. Let's see. What do you do here?
We serve the Jedi, and we watch.
Sounds kind of boring, unless you're into that type of voyeurism or something like that. Serve the Jedi. There's not many here. Actually, there's only one, but anyway.
Atris is the only Jedi here, this is true, but the mistress will bring others in time.
I don't think she's very good at making friends, so yeah, you mean Atris and I are the only Jedi here. Did we truly just say we're Jedi again, basically? Let's see, I am also Jedi. I hope to learn the ways of Jedi again from Atris. Atris could bring a deck flight of garbage, let alone Jedi, to this place. Woo! Meow. Are you training to become a Jedi? I'll just say I'm a Jedi. You mean Atris and I are the only Jedi here?
You are no Jedi. Atris has made that clear. When you went to war, you gave up the mantle of the Jedi and became something else.
I can still call myself Jedi. You can't stop me from calling myself that. Are you training to become a Jedi?
I assume you meant no insult. It is forbidden for us to become Jedi, even if we possessed the awareness of the galaxy that the Jedi possess. We are here because we are not Jedi. That is our purpose.
Why would it be an insult? Your purpose, you aren't Jedi, there aren't any others here. Why would it be an insult?
We have taken an oath to never follow the teachings of the Jedi, only to watch those of the Order and carry out Atris's will should it be necessary. Atris believes the new Jedi Order that shall arise here will need to be guarded and watched by those not touched by the Force. She thinks it will give balance.
The new Jedi Order? That's a different game. She's the one who needs balance. I'm not sure I understand. And who watches you? Yeah, who watches the Watchmen? And we'll find out that question in the next episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords, as we continue this place, learning what we can, and hopefully finding our companions. Hopefully they're okay. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. And may the Force be with you.